Alright, so it is officially time to do a YouTube video on the treehouse. I've had several people ask about it, and today I decided to do a video on the treehouse. I put this together about 2 years ago, and it's been kind of ongoing since then. But yeah, let's go take a look at it. Kind of walk you through, tell you what I've done. This is a big thick cement pad that I poured right here, which supports by them cables the suspension bridge that goes out to the treehouse. I don't know if you noticed back here. Anyway, my property is kind of, there's the old gourds. But the property is on a hillside down over there. It drops down to the road that you can see right down there. And so the treehouse almost is level as you walk out to it. It's almost level with the hill. This front part where the bridge is, I don't know, maybe 6 feet off the ground, and the back corner of the treehouse is 14 feet off the ground, I believe. But anyway, I did the family names in this concrete, kind of like that one game. So they're all written in there. And here's our suspension bridge. It's suspended by these cables that goes out to the treehouse. And got the big thick rope, 1-inch hemp rope, manila rope, whatever they call it. So we'll walk out here, and it's all in these trees right here, all box elder trees. You know, probably not the best trees to build a tree house in, but it's what I got, so I worked with it. And as you can see, the railings that go around this are all lodgepole pine, been treated, sprayed. Dimensions from the back corner to here are, sheesh, I don't even remember. I think it's 14 or 16 feet this way and 14 feet across this way. And then it's got the little tree house in there. And let's go take a look. The outside, got a round window. Got power ran out here, so we've got lights, porch light. The little beam that supports the roof right there has got that chain that hangs down, which this hammock swing usually sits up there, but the board broke, so I've got to get that fixed. And the back corner, you can see right here, the cut out for the trees, so they have plenty of room to grow. And down here you can see this 1-inch rod that goes through here, goes right through the tree, and then there's a steel plate right here that sits on, so when the wind blows, the trees can move back and forth, and it doesn't hurt the trees. Here's down off the edge here, and it is quite a ways down there. About that back corner back there is probably the highest point, maybe close to 14 feet. And we got the road down there. The closest neighbors, you know, straight through here, which these trees are so thick you can't see it. And it's nice to sit out here on this little porch, sit in these trees, especially in the evening when the crickets are going. Let's go take a look inside. Inside here we've got hardwood bamboo floor. I guess if bamboo's hardwood, I'm not sure. 3/4 inch tongue and groove. We got the futon that folds out into a bed where the kids can come out and take, spend the night with their friends. All the walls are tongue and groove cedar. So we got 4 windows. This great big one that looks out to the mountainside up there, which, you know, I don't really have anybody other than the neighbor that's right over here. There's nobody in between me and the mountain. Another one. Over here we got the blackboard. And that whole wall is just done with blackboard paint. And light switches, the fan. It gets warm out here, and the kids like the radio. Got some DVDs, a 32-inch TV. Got the heater out here. Yeah, the old chalkboard paint's kind of fun. The kids come out here and they mess around with that. And in the floor we have a trap door. I have it locked right now just to keep the neighbor kids out when we're not around. There's a big metal pole that goes down, which I'll be running. I'll show you when we get down there, a spiral staircase. Tongue and groove, like I said, tongue and groove cedar. The roof and everything's done out of lodgepole pine. Got a ceiling fan. I got this ladder built out of lodgepole. Let's go up there and I'll show you up here. This is another little loft bed. Not exactly sure what size it is, but kids sleep up on there. Just put some great stuff foam in pretty much to seal everything, keep the bugs out the best as possible. And that is about it in here. There's the dog. He likes running out here. Hey buddy, hi. What you doing? And this little area here just comes out. This is where it ends. This area right here has all been added just this last year. I still have to treat that wood, but I'm going to have a railing, another lodgepole railing that comes across here, and then this will be open, and I'll put a spiral slippery slide in for the kids. And then this right here is our I think they call them a loft hammock. I'm not 100% sure. Dimensions are 10 foot by 14 foot. And the kids can come out here, throw their blankets out on there and their pillows, and they take naps and just hang out. It's kind of fun. And we are still quite a ways off the ground, up in the trees, which is kind of fun. And let's go underneath. I'll show you underneath. Like I said, this is all on a hillside, so eventually I'll put some railroad ties, dig them into the hillside for some steps. This is kind of steep. And there's the side of it there. I did put some lodgepole pine beams in that support where the trees are not growing. And let's see, here's the underneath of the suspension bridge. It goes out in the cables that support it. Here's the big metal pole I told you about. I'll be running a spiral staircase down that, and it goes down to there, and ladder just going up the trap door, and then a big piece of beam that goes across to kind of support some of the weight that the trees don't pick up. Looks like a bird building nest up in there. The neighbor kids are always climbing the dang fence and tearing the fence down, so I put that little ladder in so they can get over. Underneath of the hammock, and that's about it. Let me walk up here and I'll give you a view from across the way. Sorry, kind of jumpy. So anyway, there you have it from a little ways away, and the slippery slide will come down right here eventually. I guess while we're right here, I'll show you this too. This is kind of fun. This is where I keep my goats. I have no clue where they are. They're up there in the corner. But this little ratty looking building right here, which is eventually going to get buried over, is what we call the goat bunker. I rented an excavator and dug this into the hillside. And I still have to build up the retaining wall and backfill it, but it's about 8 foot by 8 foot in there. That just gives them little goats someplace to get out of the weather. And this is the property here. As you can see, I got one house up there, and it just goes right to the right up to the mountain, and then right across the street, right there is a river. So when it's flowing pretty good in the spring and the fall, as you're out here sleeping in the treehouse, that's about all you can hear. And been quite a fun project. There's still some things to do on it. But at least that gets the YouTube video out there. You guys can see what I've done on it, and post some comments. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Any suggestions on what I can do to make it better, feel free to post them. And thanks for watching.